And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. It is Hump Day, November the 16th of our good year 2022. Hard to believe next week is Thanksgiving. I do not know where time is going, but the great thing is we'll be off next week. Maybe we might do a show. Got a surprise or two in the works. We'll see how things go depending upon my travel schedule and other things out there as they kind of prolong themselves, but a good time to relax and spend time with family too, with most people going on vacation coming up this weekend. As we're presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Check them out. The holiday drink of choice is Bangtail Whiskey, bangtail.com, or you can actually find it on the Easy Liquor app out there and get that bottle sent directly to your door. We always say drink responsibly too out there with your glass of Bangtail Whiskey for the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays forthcoming here. And also, too, we're live on the YouTube channel and at the sportsguyspodcast.com, where you can catch all the archive shows out there. And our featured artist of the day is a guy I've been talking to back and forth behind the scenes a little bit here and there. And finally, we got the schedule and timing right to get him on the show. You know him from The Voice, and he's a great country music singer out there. Berritt Haynes joins us here on the Backstage Pass. Berritt, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, just hanging in there. It's almost the holidays. Can you believe it?
Yeah, no, and I'm hungry.
I'm with you. I'll show up. Just tell me where the food is for that Thanksgiving
right.
Day coming up next week. Hey, let's talk about your experience there. You know, we've seen what The Voice has done to catapult the careers of some of the best artists, younger artists now in the industry, and you know, artists that kind of need that extra push. You know, when you were involved in that competition, just kind of walk me through. Was that something you were thinking about trying out for, or were you pretty much had your mindset on I'm doing this, or was it just kind of by chance that you took that leap of faith? And tell us about that competition, how that got you out there more even nationwide.
So I had auditioned for The Voice a couple times before I actually made it. Me and my mom stood out in the rain and cold, and I auditioned 10 days after I had a internal defibrillator placed when I was 14 for The Voice. But I so I've always wanted to be on the show. I've always wanted to be on a live television show. How I got on the show when I was 19, my mom sent in a video of me singing "Tears in Heaven" by Eric Clapton, and I just got through the preliminary rounds and all that stuff, and they asked me to come out to California. Got out there. The whole experience of the show is just amazing. It's incredible. There's no words you can say to actually tell somebody how cool it is, because there's just so much you could tell somebody. You could talk. We could literally sit here and talk for hours about that show. That's just how much stuff there is, and that's not even behind the scenes stuff. That's just stuff that I can tell you. It's just super cool, super fun to meet everybody and meet all the contestants, be a part of that show. So,
did you find yourself, as I know one of my best friends is doing it this season, Morgan Miles? She's been in Nashville for a long time and already into the top 13 in this season too. And I know you mentioned a lot of stuff goes behind the scenes and things that go on there. Did you kind of find yourself making a lot of friends even after the show kind of, I guess your time ended?
Yeah. I just recently traveled to New York, Rochester, New York. I have a friend. His name's Jack Rogan and Carson Peters. We went to Jack's house and we actually hung out and went to a Buffalo Bills game there in Rochester. And we hung out for a couple days. And we got a video out on our also my Instagram, his Instagram, and Carson's. And it's Fire Away, Chris Stapleton. We kind of did a trio with it. And but yeah, I made a lot of cool friends, a lot of great friends. So,
tell me about some stories. What was I guess the hardest thing? The blind auditions. The I guess they have these new things called knockout rounds here. Y'all probably did something different back then. But was it choosing the coach? Was it the wardrobe? Was it I know a big part of any of those reality shows is the song choice. That's a really big one out there to see where your voice fits and what genre of music, and also what type of artist you want to be. Walk me through that a little bit.
Yeah. So probably the hardest thing for me was the battle round and the knockout. I was good. I mean, the blind audition and the knockout. I was good on the battle round because I was singing with somebody on the battle round. Because you kind of have that. You're a little bit more comfortable on stage with somebody else singing with you. So the blind audition, you know, that's when you're trying to get that first chair, just trying to get a chair turned so you can be on the team, and that is so nerve wracking. You have the coaches right there in front of you, and you have 150 screaming people behind them, and you know, it's just it's really fun. It's really cool. You're on this big stage and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably the hardest part for me was the blind audition and the knockout, just because of my nerves. My nerves kind of got the best of me in both of those, um, and it does that to just about everybody. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it really kind of got to me on those. But you know, and learning the music, it's you know, and how they pick the music, you know, and how you pick the music. It's a little bit different than any other show, um, but you kind of like adapt to
Mm-hmm.
the ways that they do it. So
How important, and I know this is always comes up, and I kind of mentioned during the last question there, but how important is, especially for a competition like this, how important was song choice for you as an artist?
uh not necessarily like crazy important, because I sing a lot of different stuff. I sing
Mm-hmm.
country music, I can sing pop, I sing alternative, like some John Mayer stuff. So it didn't really matter to me what they picked, as long as I knew and I could learn the song, and it was in my vocal range. So you know, like in the battle round, like in the beginning, I sang "Mercy" in my blind audition, and then my battle round, I sang "Yellow" by Coldplay, and then
Mm-hmm.
in the knockout round, I sang "I Swear," John Michael Montgomery. And so I kind of split the difference. You know, I sang country first and last, but I had yellow in the middle, and you know that kind of just showed everybody that I can sing other than country.
Yeah, which I like that too, and it shows the versatility of your voice and
Right.
the type of artist that you may want to be, but also too you've got different sides of you, and that's the way the industry is becoming now too. As you see more country coming into pop, you know, country pop or pop country, whatever phrase you want to use there too. As so many artists are so much more dynamic these days and can do so many more things with their
Right.
voice, and it kind of fits different genres of music, and that's what I love about you, including this song you guys put out in January of this year, "Sidewalks of Birmingham." We're going to talk about here in just a little bit. Well, I know you brought the guitar, so we're going to use it here on the backstage pass today. You've got a couple of songs you're going to perform for us, a couple of originals too, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna play two originals that haven't been released, and
Okay.
just kind of see what people think about them. Really.
All right. Well, it's all yours. And what's the title of the first one we're going to hear today?
So this first one I'll play for you guys is it's called "Waiting on a Sunrise."
Here we go.
If I was a better man, I can make you understand. I can be cold to the touch, but sometimes still afraid to run. But when you hold me tight, darling, you're my kryptonite. I love you means nothing at all. We built a house and you built a wall. So she took the summer and I took the fall. We didn't seem to care at all. Looking for the love that's in your eyes. Looking for the love that's in my eyes. Like a blind man waiting on a sunrise. All I want is your love. All I need is your love. So baby, come back to me. All I need is you. All I want is you. So hold me tight. All I want is your love. All I need is your love. So baby, come back to me. All I need is you. All I want is you. So hold me tight. Be my kryptonite. Be my kryptonite. Be my kryptonite.
Man, you make it look so easy, brother. No doubt. Barrett Haynes back here on the Backstage Pass. Your voice is so versatile. Like I said many times here on the show, it can go crossover so many different genres of music. And I'm sure you've gotten that comparison a little bit to the John Mayers and the Charlie Puths and things like that too, which is great. Some viewers tuning in. Donna, God bless you too. Thank you for tuning in. Rick from Canada too as well. Sounding awesome. Great song. Appreciate that. You guys have any questions for Barrett, feel free to leave it in the comment box. We'll get to as many as we can here on the Backstage Passes. We're live on the YouTube channel and, of course, at the website, live on that at the sportsguyspodcast.com. Of course, we are archive our shows there, so you guys can go check out who we've had if you missed them a couple of days ago. And, of course, shows that are coming up for the rest of this week, too. Going to take a quick time out, too, and definitely come back and talk a lot about the single you guys put out called Sidewalks of Birmingham, which is out there nationwide for everybody's listening pleasure. And then, of course, the plans coming up as we close 22, get ready for the holidays. And I'm sure Barrett's got a lot of cool things coming up for 2023, including the song right there that he just played for us. And thank you for saving that for us here on the show. We're debuting those singles that haven't been heard yet here on the Backstage Pass. We'll come back, time out for our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Folks, if you're looking for that holiday drink, there's no better place to look than easyliquor.com. The website is at the bottom of the screen there. And it's 750 milliliters of enjoyment when you get it sent to your door. Online shopping has become the nationwide thing now, so definitely make sure easyliquor.com is on your list and go grab some merchandise at bangtail.com here from all of us at the Backstage Pass. And happy holidays, too. It's never too early to start saying that here on the show. Quick timeout coming back with Barrett Haynes. It is the Backstage Pass. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the sportsguyspodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on the show again, it is the Backstage Pass, of course, live through here. Barrett Haynes, our guest here on the show today, presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Check them out, easyliquor.com too as well. And to definitely get that bottle sent directly to your door. Back here with Barrett Haynes on the Backstage Pass, talking music. And then some. Happy holidays to everybody out there, especially if you've started celebrating a little bit early. And, of course, happy early Thanksgiving to everybody out there coming up next week on Thursday. Tomorrow, we got a doubleheader on the show. Great Christian singer Justin Warren is going to join us here on the Backstage Pass. And then also one of my Nashville favorites, country artist Kimberly Kelly at 4:30 tomorrow as we go back to back. And then on Friday, we're going to wrap it up. Tiffany Woys is going to come by on the show. She's got a new podcast out there. We're going to talk everything music and everything with our friend Tiffany Woys there from Nashville, Tennessee. Well, I'll tell you, Barrett, as we close the year, I'm going to kind of put this question out there because I know it's the time of year to start asking for it. As we close 22, what are you most thankful for?
what I'm most thankful for is really my family and how supportive they've been of me pursuing this dream that I'm trying to achieve. That and a lot of people always say family, but I really am thankful for my family, and I'm really thankful for all of the things that all the things that they've given me, and um, just being there every step of the way, and supporting me. So.
I love that too. And you're the first one to answer that question as we wrap up into this next week too, which is out there. But I know everybody's got a lot, including myself, to be thankful for. No doubt, my family and just the support they give us here on the show. You mentioned your family there too for your career, no doubt about it. Well, tell me about this as we break it down for the single that came out for you guys, which was "Sidewalks of Birmingham." Give me the story behind that, because I know I really understood the message the first time I heard it, and the second time I hear it, it comes out a little bit more clear because you're really diving into the lyrics a lot too, and really focusing on what those lyrics mean. Where did you guys come up with the title, the writing? Tell me all about this one.
So this song, Jerry actually let me just collaborate a little bit of this on it with him, and he had shown me the song before, and I'm like, man, that's a great song, and I'm like, what's the story behind this song? How did you write? How did you come up with this? And so it all came along from a lady who never had a song written for her before, and Jerry was like, "Well, I'll write you a song," and so he's like, "Well, just give me some background, give me kind of your story," and so he did, and no, she gave the story, and he's like, "Okay, I'll write you a song," and so he wrote a song, and that's just kind of what came out. That's her whole story. Sidewalks of Birmingham is where she lived. She was poor on the streets of Birmingham, and she got into some trouble with the law and stuff like that. So,
yeah, it really, and it makes you think about life in general, about the different twists and turns that we go on. And I think you mentioned, like I said, the person you're referring to there, Jerry Wolf, is one of your inspirations. I know there too, and that's what I tell you, man. A great guy, just a great person there too. And the song really stuck out to me because, like I said, on those twists and turns, we do have to go. I think we learn through the way, at least I viewed it, we learn through our failures more than our successes to bring us back to the top. And that's what I got from it when I really dived into the lyrics. And I know Jerry's been a huge inspiration for you, and a guy that you write a lot of songs with too, right?
Right. Yeah. We hang out a good bit. We write a couple songs together, and just he's a really good friend of mine, and I think a lot of him. So.
Alabama is definitely the South is known for pushing out a lot of great country singers too, and a lot of just great singers in general too. I guess, is there something in the water going on with Alabama now, where they're just pumping out singers like yourself?
Well, and that's the thing. This is kind of funny you're saying that, because me and Jerry were actually talking about this a couple of weeks ago. I grew up singing in church, and a lot of it, I think a lot of it has to do with growing up singing in church. You learn how to keep time. You learn, everything there is to know about singing, harmonizing, and stuff like that, And so, I've been singing in church since I was 3 years old. So a lot of these singers that you see, and whether it be in Alabama or Nashville, or a lot of them grew up singing in church, if they're really, really, if they're pretty good singers. So, and if they have any soulful quality to their voice, then that's where most likely getting it from.
No doubt. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn it over to you again. So another original here that we're going to hear for the first time here on the Backstage Pass, and of course live on the YouTube channel, the Backstage Pass, and live at the Sports Guys podcast.com. Definitely we'll get into some Alabama football with you and figure out if you're Crimson Tide or if you're going to go more the Auburn Tigers. So we'll answer that question here a little bit too, football wise. But man, I'm going to turn it over to you again. Barrett Haynes here on the Backstage Pass, presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. It's all yours, brother.
So this next song I'm going to play for you guys is an original. It's called Soulmate. It's wrote it a while back. I actually finished it in California. So this one's it's called Soulmate. Think I'm gonna buy that diamond ring, the finest set of shiny thing. Go downtown and put my money down. That's what I'm gonna do. Think I'm gonna buy that little house, the one that you always dreamed about. Go downtown and put my money down, 'cause you mean so much to me. You're my soulmate, like a castle made of sand. You melt right in my hand, just so our lives can begin. I know you know me, forever will be soulmate. And in 50 years when there's silver in our hair, I'll be a happy man just as long as you're right there, yeah. You're my soulmate, like a castle made of sand. You melt right in my hand, just so our lives can begin. I love you, you love me, forever will be soulmate.
I love it. Soulmate here from Barrett Haynes on the Backstage Pass, again presented by our friends over at Banktail Whiskey. Man, I tell you what, love the song so much. I tell you, I could hear you sing all day long and feel like a mini concert here on the show, no doubt, as we're live on the YouTube channel. And, of course, at the Sports Guys podcast.com, so you guys can check it all out there. If you missed anything today or any of the shows we've done every day, we archive everything there at that very website. One last time out here, we're going to come back and talk some sports questions. Nothing too crazy with Barrett here, but of course the favorite teams of college, NFL, baseball. Of course, he sees the hat that I'm wearing down here. Proud to be from the South here in Texas. So we took that World Series and took it outright this year against the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll come back. A word from our friends over at Banktail Whiskey, and definitely we'll come back and talk some sports. And don't forget, tomorrow, Justin Warren, a great Christian artist, is coming on the program with us about 4 o'clock, and then 4:30, our good friend Kimberly Kelly out of Nashville, Tennessee. We'll talk about her new songs and new music out there too tomorrow at 4:30 with Kimberly Kelly. Hang tight, a word from Banktail coming right back.
The Banktail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on the show again, Barrett Haynes joining us here on the Backstage Pass. Of course, tomorrow, as I mentioned there, Justin Warren, a great Christian singer, Kimberly Kelly, as we go back to back tomorrow with a two-step there, 4 o'clock with Justin Warren, 4:30 with Kimberly Kelly, and we wrap up our week here on Friday about 3 o'clock with the Nashville recording artist Tiffany Woys will come by here on the program. And, of course, here in a few weeks, we'll have some great shows, so hang tight with that, including one I'm looking forward to. If you love Guns N' Roses, you'll hear from Richard Fortus here in December coming up on the Backstage Pass with Guns N' Roses too. He's got a cool project out there with a gentleman by the name of Berritt Haynes. Looking forward to talking to on the rock side of things. So I'll tell you, Barrett, as the holidays wind up, people will be watching college football. I'm an Aggie. It's been a rough year for us in the SEC, so we'll not go there and talk about the 3-7 record and missing the bowl season coming up. We'll be lucky to win these last 2 games against UMass and LSU, particularly really LSU for that matter. But missing a bowl game for the first time, I think I heard today, since the 1960s, 1970s, something like that, being a Texas A&M Aggie. Are you Crimson Tide or is it Auburn Tigers?
I'm an Auburn Tiger. Yeah. So we're not doing too hot this year either, but I think the coach situation might be starting to level out, and we got a really young quarterback as well. He's good, but he's just unexperienced. I think he could potentially be really, really good for the team, and because man, he's a great runner and he's a great passer. So I think he'd be real good eventually. But
yeah, I was up in College Station last weekend taking care of some business, but at the same time we were watching at one of the pizza places up there we'd gone to, and I said, yeah, they're really struggling to score points in this game, and that was a game played there in Auburn, no doubt, and losing by 3, waking up to that score, I was like, it's nothing new for the Aggies. It's been a tough year, but we still got hopefully the number 1 recruiting class and a recruiting class coming into. But it's always cool when those two get together, and I believe here in a couple of weeks with rivalry weekend coming up for the rivals out there, it's going to be Auburn and Alabama playing in the Iron Bowl again. So I know you're looking forward to that one too, right?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I think it could potentially be a pretty good game, which Iron Bowl always is a good game, win or lose for Auburn or Alabama. It's in Alabama, they're on the struggle bus for some reason right now too. So I don't know what's up with that, but I don't know. I think Auburn might have a decent chance if they get it together. They can score some points.
Yeah, that's the truth. You got to score points, no doubt. And they're feeding off the emotion, I was going to say, with Cadillac Williams, who used to be who's the, I guess, interim coach there now. But Cadillac Williams, who was a great pro and loved his game. And, of course, an alum there for the Tigers, too, and now back in the coach's chair, no doubt about it. And he for that first game since the unfortunate firing of the previous head coach there with the Tigers, feeding off that emotion and just driving the kids to want to play well. And I think Cadillac's got that kind of drive and determination to hopefully be named permanent coach. What's your thoughts on Carnell Cadillac Williams becoming that permanent coach maybe at the end of the season?
Yeah, I think he could be a good fit. Honestly, I think he's got, like you said, he's got the energy. He's got the love for Auburn. And I think him being head coach for Auburn could potentially really kind of open up new things for Auburn. As far as football goes, and I feel like he could do some real good with that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too, because like I said, I did watch a piece of that game against A&M last week, and definitely saw some signs there where, having been a former coach myself, saw some signs there where you have that. You mentioned the drive, determination, the will to be there for the kids and get the kids to buy into your system, your scheme, things like that, and make them, because once they're believers, as you know, man, the rest is kind of out the door when it comes to them just going out there and executing the plays and doing what they're known to do. Because it's, again, you got 5-star athletes that go there too, and some guys just need to kind of hear sometime a change of voice is the best thing for a program out there too, no doubt. Hey, at the pro ranks, who do you work for? Who do you root for with the pro ranks when it comes to, I guess, either NFL, MLB, NBA? Who do you root for?
So I don't really watch a lot of MLB. I watch Auburn basketball.
Okay.
But as far as NFL, I went to a Buffalo Bills game.
Yeah.
So I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. So
I like that. That's good.
So Buffalo Bills was my first NFL game. So and I've never really been huge in the NFL, but I really like the Bills team, and I like the atmosphere there, and so I'm like, shoot, why not? So yeah, I'm pretty. I like Buffalo Bills. My buddy, he's a huge Buffalo Bills fan. In New York and Rochester, New York, they don't have very many colleges, so it's all NFL there. So he's a Bills fan. So
Glad you said that too. You know who else we recently had here on the program is a huge Buffalo Bills fan. When I say this name, you're probably going to know who I'm talking about. She's killing it in Nashville now. Megan Patrick. You probably heard that
Okay.
name, and she just came on a few weeks back, and we started the broadcast, Barrett, with the Bills talk, and we went about 8 minutes in. I hadn't even got to music yet, and I went, whoa, 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 Josh Allen and Gabe Davis, and we're talking about Devin Singletary and Dawson Knox and all these Stephon Diggs, and so it was just it became, well, that's Grand Slam sports music. Now people know what it's all about when we really incorporate the two together too. All right, let me get to the fun stuff here. Favorite movies or cartoons? What did you enjoy growing up?
Let's see. Movie was Fox and the Hound growing up.
Okay.
Cartoon was when I was little, it was Clifford.
Clifford, yep.
And then just whatever. I like Disney. I like all the Disney stuff. I like all that stuff. Cartoon Network, I like that.
That's a good one now, which has now become for my kid, my young one's Disney Plus, and she loves that because every time she comes home from school, she's always like, "Daddy, can I do blank blank?" I'm like, "Got your homework done? You got this done?" And we can watch Frozen. We can watch Toy Story. We can watch all the Disney. So it's I got a bone to pick too, man. Disney just went up on my subscription. I'm like, everything else is going up. I'm like, man, just
I know.
Tack on like another $3 or
yes.
Unbelievable how things are going up out there. So I wish everybody the best in these particular times, no doubt too. All right, is there a favorite food that you enjoy cooking, or a favorite food you like to get when it comes to takeout?
As far as food, man, I eat just about everything. There's not hardly anything I don't eat.
Mm-hmm.
If it tastes good, I'm probably gonna eat it. That's just how it goes sometimes. But if I had like a favorite food, I like a good cooked steak, of course. And a takeout food, I like Chinese. I like Chick-fil-A. Let's see. I like wings, so Buffalo Wild Wings, places like that.
If it tastes good, he's going to eat it, no doubt about it. I love that too. Just as good as the music out there too. All right, let me ask you this one. If it came down to winning the lottery and you hooked one of the big ones, I know we just had that big Powerball. It was just out there for that particular person in California, and a few other people won some money off the not as much as the billion was or whatever. But let's say Barrett had got his hands on some of that money and matched all 6 numbers on a lottery winning ticket. What's the first thing you would have done with the money?
Well, I mean, how much money are we talking?
I'm good with like even.
Hey,
I'll throw a round number out there at you. What's the Mega's now? 230.
Well,
240. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd probably take care of my family. I'd probably make sure that all the bills are paid for, and then I would probably, if I hadn't gotten a music career by then I would probably put that towards a music career.
Well said, my friend. Well said, no doubt about it. Let me ask you this one, and we always have fun with this one here. Do you remember the title or what was the song about? The first one you ever wrote. What was the title?
Oh man, I don't even know if it even had a title. To be honest,
what was it about?
A lot of the ways that I write, if I when I do write, I don't necessarily come up with the title first. A lot of people do that, and a lot of the times I'll just write lines and just try to of a story and just try to correlate it with. So like that song, "Waiting on a Sunrise," the one that I sang first, in the chorus, I wrote the chorus, and then Jerry wrote the first verse and the second verse, and then we collaborated on the third, and I wrote that chorus, and man, I sat in my truck and wrote that chorus in a matter of 30 minutes. Not even that, just sitting there, and I was just picking my guitar, sitting in the truck, waiting on Jerry actually, and I just came up with that chorus, and I was like, man, that kind of fits, and so I just started throwing it in there, and I just kind of like work things into the song, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. That's the thing with titles, like "Waiting on a Sunrise." I just came up with that title like 2 days ago. You know, just kind of, and I'm trying to stick with that title. You know, I might end up changing it. I don't know, but I think it kind of suits it. I mean, I know it says kryptonite in it, but there's already been a kryptonite, so I don't really want to. When they look up my name, I don't want it to come up kryptonite, and they're gonna think it's, you know. So
no doubt. Yeah, just and like I said, getting those hooks are the best ones to come up with those, and of course, people getting a few lines down, getting the hook right in it too, and sometimes the title is the last thing to do that. All right, most you know, as we close this year, I know that lots of what you talked about to be thankful for, you know, family and faith and friends, and you know, just healthy and stuff like that. But as we go into 23, when it comes to a personal goal, you've set for yourself, you know, we talked about some of the new music coming out too. What are you most excited about for 2023?
Probably in 2023, I'd love to get some new music released. I'd like to get some bigger venues to play at, and I would love to really kind of. I'm kind of at this wall where I'm playing shows every week, and I'm doing good and I'm making pretty good money, but not where I want to be. Where I want to be is shows, you know, either on the weekends or just over like the beginning of the week or like Wednesday to Saturday, or, you know, just I want to get to that point where I'm playing shows and I feel like I'm making it. I feel like I'm jumping over that wall to, you know, I'm impressing myself is what I want to end up doing. And you know, 2023, I feel like I could really get to that point, and you know, try to make a name for myself and try to get my name out there, and hopefully the right person will notice me and I'll get a record deal.
I'm with you on that too, and I know back in with Jerry too, I know it's going to happen, brother. I like to make predictions here on the show, and I've made some bold ones before. It's going to happen for you. Keep that faith and keep singing songs such as that, and keep touching people's hearts, man, and keep doing you out there too, and just being you know truthful to yourself and very honest, and you know, spearhead that thing into the right corner with the right group of people. And I wish you the best of luck in that endeavor, no doubt. And it's songs like you sang today, and it's songs like Sidewalks of Birmingham that's out there too across all the digital platforms. And give him a visit on all the socials out there too. Give him a like, because everybody loves to be liked out there. And Barrett, man, good to catch up. Appreciate the time, and hope you had a great experience here, first time on the show. And when that new music does come out again, my friend, feel free to come back on.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me.
You got it, my friend, no doubt. Sidewalks of Birmingham from the great Barrett Haynes out there across all the digital platforms tomorrow. Christian singer Justin Warren about 4:00, and then Kimberly Kelly about 4:30 tomorrow. Another great Nashville recording artist. Friday, Tiffany Woy's coming on, and coming up in December, a guy named Hellings is putting out there a great rock song too as well. And one of the guys that spearheaded that, Richard Fortus of Guns N' Roses, coming on here on the Backstage Pass. And of course, our good friend David Burns. And if you love Texas music, Cody Canada from Cody Canada and The Departed coming on down here. That's good South music right there from the Texas country roots here. Back tomorrow at 4:00, Justin Warren on the show. Be sure and tune in there. Subscribe to the Backstage Pass YouTube channel, and go check out the good website out there, the great website, thesportsguyspodcast.com. We'll be talking some Astros off-season stuff with our good friend, hopefully Todd Callis, here in a few weeks too. Happy early Thanksgiving. See you tomorrow on the show about 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you.